I'm Amanda. So today we're going to do a 45-minute power flow. My focus is getting into all body parts and really working on the toning. So we're going to move fast. We're going to warm up really quickly. We're going to hold some poses, not for a long time. Really, we're going to flow quickly in and out of poses, but the focus is going to be on toning. So it's holding planks, it's holding side planks, things like that to really get that strength in the body so that we can really control our body throughout the rest of the practice. So with that being said, let's move. So why don't you join me on all fours. So hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders and sitting bones up, looking up, stretching out the abs, lengthening through the front body, and exhale, round, tuck the chin in. Try not to bring your shoulders forward or back. Keep them stacked right over the wrists and round. Pull the pubis bone towards the chin. Exhale a little bit deeper. And then inhale, roll the hips up, look up, shoulders back, exhale, round. One more, inhale, exhale, round. Good, come to a neutral spine, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and come into your first forward fold. Knees are soft, feet are hip width apart, inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Grab opposite elbow, sway a little side to side. Keep the knees bent, working the chest towards the legs. Good, now find your midline, find that balance. Start to shift the weight into the heels, bend the knees more, reaching the elbows forward, hips back. Your back is flat, gaze is down, shoulders soft away from the ears. Lift all 10 toes so that you know the weight is not in your toes, and reach it forward. Ardha Utkatasana, back is flat, hips are low, lengthen. Feel your legs working. Control the body, and inhale up to standing. Straighten out the legs, hands by the hips, heel toe the feet together. Hands to the hips, draw the elbows together. Behind the back, push the hips forward, inhale, look up. Exhale, hinge, forward fold. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, walk it out to plank. Pause here in plank and keep your body controlled. So think about rolling the pubis bone forward, keeping the shoulders stacked over the wrists at first. Really use your hands. This is your foundation. If it's too much, you drop to your knees. If you feel like you're sinking your hips, you kind of look like this, and you're not in a nice straight board like a plank, then you come to your knees so you can keep that straightness. Keep grounding through the roots of the index finger. So really focus on a triangle. So this is your point, the pinky knuckle and the thumb knuckle. Those are your 3 points for your triangle, and you're grounding them down. Good, now keep that focus and just shift the weight forward and back. The hips do not lift. You just roll over the fingers and the toes. How's the breathing? Good, now find your midline. Inhale. Now just roll over the toes. Keep the arms straight, coming into up dog. Leave out that chaturanga for this first one. Roll the shoulders back, breathe. Good, lower the knees, push back, child's pose. Lengthening the lower back, getting into the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. So same concept, keep that triangle on your knuckles, your focus. So you're using your hands as your foundation. You're shifting the weight back out of the shoulders into the hips and then transferring into the heels. Get a little bit longer. Use your core to lengthen back. Inhale, shoulders forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in, hover. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, feet are hip width apart in your down dog, sinking those heels, reaching out of the shoulders.
Lift the right foot. Keep reaching back through that right heel, sinking the left. Lift the right hip a little bit higher, working that right inner thigh up. And the knee into the nose, shoulders forward, hover. Lunge the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, both arms up, crescent lunge. So we're going to fire up those legs. Breathe. Keep pulling the right hip back. One more breath. Good. Palms come together to heart center. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen, reach forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Good. Unwind. Hands to either side of the front foot and just stretch out that hamstring. Keep your big toe down and pull the right hip back. As soon as you do, just a tiny little movement, just moving that hip back, you're going to feel it a whole different way. You might even get into that IT band. Let it feel good. Inhale, lengthen through the front body. Exhale, fold. Keep your focus on the breath. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, look forward. Bend the right knee. Left hand down, right hand up. Keep pulling the right ribs up. Get lower through the front leg. One more. Good. Lower the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Shifting more of the weight into the calves, into the heels. Maybe you can sink the heels so much that you're able to lift all 10 toes. Inhale, shoulders forward, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. Keep the hip closed, reaching back through that left heel. Again, working your left inner thigh up. Corkscrewing that leg. Keep sinking the right heel. Reach out of those shoulders. Good. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward. Hover and lunge the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, both arms up. Crescent lunge. Firing up those quads, getting into that front hip flexor. Breathe. Ribs in, core still engaged. It always is. Shoulders soft, palms come together, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Get lower through the front leg. Inhale, lengthen, reach forward through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good. Unwind, hands to either side of the front foot. Straighten out that leg. Again, pull the left hip back. Sometimes it's helpful just to get your left thumb into the nook of that hip and pull back. Keep grounding your front big toe. Doesn't matter if your back heel's down or lifted. Just keep working it down and work to get your chest over that leg. One more. Inhale, look out, lengthen through the front body. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, look out. Bend the left knee. Right hand down, left hand up. Stacking left shoulder on top of the right, spinning the left ribs up. Try not to dump so much weight into your right wrist, so stay light. Use your legs. One more breath. Good. Lower the left hand, step back, down dog. So guys, this is a power flow, but of course, it's not meant to be too much for you. So if you need to take a child, if at any point, please do so. It's no big deal. Reach back. Look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower the hands. Tadasana. Pause here, close the eyes. Just ground yourself before we move. Keep your focus on your breath. Soften the face. One more, inhale. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Left heel in, right foot lunges. Inhale, warrior one. Lower the hands, step back, same exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale back. Other side, right heel in, left foot lunges. Inhale, arms up. Lower the hands, step back, same exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale back. 3 breaths in down dog. Keep sinking the heels, lifting those hips. Check out your hands. Are they grounded? Is that your foundation? One more. Good, look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower the hands. Keep the feet together so big toes and heels touch. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Get nice and low through those hips, tucking the tail, pulling the pubis bone up. Palms come together to heart center, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. So these twists are so important. We use our obliques to twist our body, and it literally wrings out our spine and gets rid of all those toxins. So enjoy the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Now get a little lower through the hips. Keep squeezing into your hips and lunge the left foot back, keeping the twist. Inhale. Exhale. If you want a little more, you can exalt the arms. Left hand to the outside of the right foot, right arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more. Good, now turn the top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Keep creating a straight line. Reaching back through that left heel forward with the right fingertips. One more breath. Right arm up. Good, now gaze is down. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Turn the back heel down. Lift the left arm up. So we're countering that, opening up the chest to the other side. Turn the top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Now, some of you this might be too much to bring your hand down. You can come up onto the knee. If you want more, you can wrap, binding your hands around that right leg. Get lower through the leg and spin the left shoulder back. One more. Good, release, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, give that quad a break. Flip the right palm, inhale, reach. Exhale, exalted triangle. Pulling the left hip back, keep rolling the right knee towards the right pinky toe. Gaze is up or it could be down. Good, inhale up to standing. Keep both legs straight, shorten your stance just a little bit. Inhale, reach towards the front of the room. Exhale, tilt for triangle. Lengthening through the toes, pulling the right hip back. Breathe deeply. One more. Good, gaze comes down, soften the right knee, shift it forward, Artichandrasana. Half moon. You can use the floor, but see if you can challenge yourself to eventually not need it. Stacking left shoulder on top of right. The hips will follow. One more breath. Bring the hands to heart center. Close the hip. Face the chest towards the floor. Not an easy transition. Move slowly. If you fall, it's because you move too fast. Breathe. Open up the chest. Look forward. Work both legs as straight as possible. Get a little bit higher. Good. Now left fingertips in front of the right foot, right arm up. Parvarita Artichandrasana. Reaching back, leg is strong, squeezing the inner thighs together. Maybe even bring your left foot over to the right slightly. Lift, one more. Good, hands together, heart center. Lift, open up the chest. Now for a balance challenge, see if you can bring your chest to the standing leg and lift the left leg for standing split. Maybe your hands can go straight to your ankle and you don't touch the floor. Lift the left leg a little higher. Breathe, soften the head, one more breath. Good, release the hands, inhale, look out, lengthen. Step back, hands down. Keep the shoulders over the wrists, right foot back, plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale back. Good, breathe, get a little bit lower through the heels as you open up those legs, stretching, elongating every muscle. Look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Feet together, bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair. Palms together to heart center, elbows wide. Get a little bit lower. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Keep pulling the right hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Use your core, those obliques, to twist your body more. Get a little lower through those hips. Now shift the weight into the left foot and lunge the right foot back, exalting the legs. Inhale. Exhale, twist. You can exalt the arms now. Right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left arm up. Breathe, keep spinning the left ribs up. Turn that top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Spinning the left ribs up, one more. Good, left arm up. Now lower the left hand to the inside of the left foot, right arm up. Turn the back heel in. Get lower. And again, this is where you can adjust your hand placement. So maybe it stays on the floor. Maybe you come up onto the fingertips, onto the elbow, or you can add that wrap. Stay strong through the back leg, lifting the inner thigh. Get lower through the left knee. Spin the chest up. Soften the head as much as possible. One more breath. Good. Release. Warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Shorten the stance a bit. Flip the left palm. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, exalted triangle. Making this a nice side body opening so it's not turning into a back bend. Keep pulling that right hip back. Gaze is up or down. Good. Back to warrior. Oh. Just standing, I guess. We're not bending the knee. Keep both legs straight. Keep grounding both big toes. Don't mind me. Got a little hip cramp here. Not uncommon if you're experiencing the same thing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tilt for triangle. Breathe. Keep pulling the left hip under. And see if you can breathe. So if a cramp is happening with you, or if at any point during yoga, it's totally normal. And can you bring your breath to that area that's tensing up? One more. Good. Gaze comes down. Soften the left knee. Keep reaching up with the right hand. Shift it forward. Artichandrasana. Take your time. Keep flexing the floating foot, reaching up, lengthening through the left side body. Strong through that leg. One more breath. Good. Now bring the hands to heart center and start to close the hip. So you're facing your right toes to the floor, working your right inner thigh slightly up. Lift the chest, open up the heart, and then right fingertips in front of the left foot. Parvarita Artichandrasana, reverse half moon. Lift up, stay strong through the legs, squeeze those inner thighs together. Breathe. One more. Good. Hands to heart center again. Lift. And then slowly start to lower your chest to the standing leg. Maybe your hands need to go to the floor, or you can go straight to your ankle. Breathe. Open up that hip. Let it feel good through the legs. Soften your neck. One more. Keep working the chest, lower to the leg. Good. Look out. Fingers down, hands down. Step the right foot back. Ground both palms. Shoulders stacked over the wrist. Step the left foot back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Down dog, breathe. Turn the right heel in, lunge the left foot forward, walk the hands to the center of the mat. Heels out, toes in, that's protecting your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walking the hands back in between the feet. Working the crown of the head towards the floor. Good. Now, walk the hands forward. Inhale, look out. Keep reaching back through the hips, grounding the outer edges of the feet. Start to get lighter on their hands, so there's no weight in your fingers, so that you're able to lift your hands, biceps by the ears, reach forward, back is flat, hips reaching back, shoulders forward. Use your core to inhale up. Good. You may shorten your stance if this feels a little awkward. And then interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back, open up the heart. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe. Maybe bend one leg at a time, bringing some movement in, bringing a shoulder to one side and the other. Let your head go, soften the neck. And then find stillness. Ground the outer edges of the feet. Work the palms together. Keep the legs as straight as possible. Hands to the lower back, and inhale up to standing. Good, little back bend. Beautiful, neutral spine. Turn the toes out, the heels in. Get a little bit wider stance. We're going into goddess. I don't know why, because I hate goddess, but that's the very reason we're going to do it. So join me in goddess. You're working your knees over the ankles. Now, tendency is to get kind of comfy here. Embrace yourself as you see me doing, holding on for dear life. Don't do that. So just let your arms hang, kind of feel like a monkey. It's okay. See if you can stack your shoulders over the hips. Pull your knees back behind you. Now, arms come out wide. Right elbow under the left. Elbows up, hands away from the face for eagle arms, and fold. Keep working your knees behind you, pulling them back, opening up the inner thighs. Maybe you'll feel this in your hips, your shoulders, your back, wherever. It's all good. One more breath. Inhale up. Release the arms. Other side, left elbow under the right, palms together, hands away, elbows up, and fold. Be mindful. Keep grounding the outer edges of those feet down. If your legs are shaking, you're doing it properly. This isn't easy. One more breath. Good. Inhale up. Straighten out the legs. Whew. Release the arms. Turn the toes in. Heels out. Arms up. Exhale. Fold down the midline. Shake it out. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Walk the hands to the center of the mat. Vinyasa. So step back, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Breathe. Now this time lift your right leg and open up the hips. So let that feel good. Work both legs as straight as possible. Keep sinking the left heel. Lift the right leg. Good, and then lunge the right foot in between the hands. Shorten the stance. So all toes are facing forward. Both heels are easily, comfortably down. Pull that right hip back again. Inhale, lengthen through the front body. Exhale, fold. One more breath, getting deeper into that hamstring. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, come up onto the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Keep pulling your right hip back especially. Get lighter into the fingertips, so kind of the same thing we just did with the wide legs.
We're gonna reach forward. Biceps by the ears. Use your core, back is flat. Hips reaching back, shoulders forward, inhale up. Good, nice. Release the hands, so grabbing opposite elbow or reverse namaste behind the back. Working your palms together. Keep pulling the shoulders back. Now the biggest thing here is as we fold forward, the shoulders want to start to drop because that's what's comfortable. Most of us are naturally going to do that. Our shoulders roll forward. So what I want you to do is keep pulling those shoulders back. Keep your collarbone broad and wide. The way you're going to do that is to be aware of it, and it's also helpful to keep pushing into your hands, keeping the palms together, or keep pulling opposite elbows, whichever one's working for you. They're both going to work. So keep pulling your right hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Keep pulling those shoulders back. Your head is going to be the last thing to fall over that right leg. Keep pulling those shoulders back. One more. Good, now keep the bind. Maybe you can bring your palms together a little closer, maybe a little further up. Soften the right knee, look out in front of you. Shift the weight into the right foot for standing split. Keep your chest low. Arms behind your back for a balance challenge. One more, lift that leg. Now you don't need your hands. Listen carefully, bend both knees. Bring the left knee behind your right ankle, coming into seated Artichandrasana as gracefully as possible. So ground your right foot, wiggle your left heel out, release those arms, circle out the wrists. I know that was intense. Right hand behind the back, left arm up, lengthen, and then hook elbow to knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Now you might stay here, or some of you may be able to bind around that right leg. So hold the hands, inhale, lift, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good, release. Counter over to the left, just fold towards the floor. Roll over the knees, vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good, lift the left leg. Open up that hip. Stacking left hip on top of right. Working those legs as straight and strong as possible. And then lunge the left foot in between the hands. Shorten your stance. If balance was a little tricky here, just separate your feet. You don't need to be on a balance beam. Pull the left hip back. Ground both big toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just let your head, neck, shoulders go. Breathe through that hamstring. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Come up onto the fingertips, nice and light. Use your core. Keep pulling your left hip back and reach forward. Biceps by the ears, all those tiny little stabilizer muscles working hard. Inhale up. Good. Adding those shoulders, grabbing opposite elbow, reverse namaste, wherever you're going today. Again, keep your focus on those shoulders, nice and open, open heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing deeply. Good, now inhale, look forward slightly. Soften the left knee, keep your chest low, close to that standing leg, and shift the weight into the left foot for standing split. Breathe, open up those shoulders, keep working the palms together. Lift the foot a little higher. Bend both knees. Bring the right knee behind the left ankle without using your hands. Whoop. Wiggle the right heel out of the way. Ground the left big toe. Release the arms. Circle out the wrists. Shake it out. Good. And then left hand behind the back. Right arm up. Lengthen. Hook elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Now you can bind if you did last time, maintaining that balance. I know I said one more breath, but gotta get that. So let's do one more here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release, counter over to the right, fold. Roll over the knees, vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good, breathe. Ground through those heels. Good, now look between the hands and lower the knees in between the hands. So we're setting up Virasana hero pose. Separate your feet, peel the calves out of the way. Now it's not uncommon to feel discomfort in your knees. If you feel pain, don't do it. You can lift, use a block, you can sit on a pillow, something to elevate your hips, or just leave it out, and you can get into your quads by, grabbing a foot or standing up and grabbing one foot at a time. But if you can do this without pain and know the difference, start to use this practice as a way to understand the difference between a stretch and pain. So I'm good, I'm gonna stay here. You might stay here and you're just getting a stretch in the quads, or if you need a little more, you can start to work back onto the elbows, or maybe you can come all the way down, lying on the back for Supta Virasana. The biggest thing here is that banana back, so a nice big back bend. We're not doing a back bend right now, we're trying not to. So see if you can kind of scoot your butt cheeks forward and work to get your lower back down. It's also going to be working your core to try to get that down. Breathe. One more. Good. Slowly come out of it. Lean forward. Straighten out one leg at a time. Good. And then ground through the hands. Walk the feet in, coming right into Bakasana. So knees into the armpits, shifting your weight into the hands to lift one foot or both. If you have lift off, can you bring your heels together and splay the toes out? Keep lifting, breathe. One more. Now don't overthink it, just straighten out the legs and shoot them to the back. Good, inhale up. Exhale back. Look between the hands, walk or jump all the way through, coming into boat pose. So you're gonna land on your sitting bones with your feet lifted. Hands out. So if this is too much, you can hold on to the backs of your legs, open up the chest. Keep squeezing the legs together. Open up the arms, breathe. Good, now bring the right ankle in front of the left, bring your feet in, hands next to the hips, and lift. So if it's too much to lift everything, you can stay light on your feet and lift your hips. You'll feel it in your core. If you can, lift everything for Talasana. Back to boat. Open up the heart. Other side, left ankle in front of the right. Hook your feet, it helps. Hands next to those hips, lift. Back to boat. Are you breathing? Good, and then lower. So your feet are hip width apart, your hands behind the hips. Bring the right ankle onto the left knee. So we're getting into our hips this way today. Pushing the right knee away from your chest, keeping your back nice and flat. So the tendency here is that we want to round and kind of lean back. Use your hands as those kickstands to lengthen your spine. Breathe. Keep flexing that right foot, pushing the knee away from your chest. One more breath. Good. Now just keep this shape. Give yourself a little space. Scoot your hips back. Straightening out the left leg. Bring the right foot to the left inner thigh. Peel the flesh away from that left hip. Inhale, arms up.
Exhale, fold for Janushrashasana. Just a nice, easy forward fold, getting into the lower back. Breathe. One more. Exhale. Good. Inhale up. Bring both feet down. Scoot your hips towards your feet again, setting up the other side. So left ankle onto the right knee. Again, flexing your left foot, pushing that knee away from your chest, and you can start to work your hands in. You can start to work your hips closer to that front foot, only if you need more. If you don't, you stay exactly where you are. It's perfect. Keep using your hands as those kickstands to lengthen the spine, keeping your hips down. So naturally our hips want to lift. I just felt mine wanting to lift because it hurts. So keep those sitting bones down. One more breath. Good. Rotate the hands. Give yourself that space. Scoot your hips back, straightening out the right leg, left foot to the right inner thigh. Peel the flesh away from the right hip. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Softening the shoulders. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale up. Bring the hips forward again, fingers facing forward, feet are hip width apart, lift the hips for reverse table. So keep looking at your knees until you can't see them anymore because you're lifting your hips so high, and then you can release the head back. Good, look forward, send the hips through the hands, lift, lower, cross the ankles, one last vinyasa. Good, look between the hands, walk or jump all the way through, lying on the back. Hug the knees into the chest, rocking a little side to side. And then lower the feet onto the mat, feet are hip width apart. Lift the hips, getting into the shoulders. So before you even hold onto your fingers behind your back, think about rolling your right shoulder underneath your body and your left shoulder underneath. And then you can interlace your hands if you'd like. Keep grounding both big toes. Squeeze the knees together. They're never going to touch, but get that inner thigh action. Strong legs, bring your chin away from the chest. One more. Good, release. Lower the back down. Hug the knees in. Grab the outer edges of the feet for happy baby. So keeping the hips down, the knees working into the armpits, the ankles stay over the knees. You can rock a little side to side if you want to get that little back massage. Keep the hips working down, lower back is heavy. One more breath. Good, release. Hug the knees in one last time. Straighten out the left leg. Keep the right knee in. Use your arm strength to really pull that knee in, shoulders back. See if you can work your triceps onto the mat. Good, and then release. Lower the knee so it's in line with your hip and twist over to the left. Work to try to keep that right shoulder down, and you can push your hip. So I always like to elongate the spine, so push the top hip away from your shoulder to try to lengthen. Gaze is over to the right, breathe. Good. Back to neutral. Straighten out the right leg, hug the left knee in. Again, really work your biceps in, your triceps down onto that mat. Knees in. Even if you're not close, just get that direction. Know you're going there. Good. And then lower the knee so it's in line with the hip and twist across. So there's something to that, right? Even if we're not exactly where we need to be or where we want to be, on our mat, in our life, whatever, can we keep looking in the direction of where we want to go?
not getting distracted, staying on the right path, making better choices each and every day. Knowing that eventually we'll get there. And not getting too anxious for what's there, but enjoying the journey along the way. So for me, that certainly is not just about my yoga practice. Hug the knee in. Just kind of shake it out a little. One last hug in. Make yourself into a tiny little ball. I think it's called popcorn when we were kids. Tiny little ball, and then someone would bounce around on the trampoline. So make yourself that little popcorn ball. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Tense up your lips, your eyes, your face, everything. And then just open up. Falling into a starfish position. Let your palms fall open, the feet flop out. Inhale, open up the mouth, stick out the tongue, and a vocal exhale. Let it all go. See if you can soften your shoulders. Just get any of those little fidgeting, any of the itchiness or any little movements you have to make now so that you can be completely still for just a few moments out of your day. It's not a lot. Can we start to incorporate that stillness in everything we do? So whether we're moving, whether we're driving, we're still finding that inner peace, that inner stillness. While our kids are screaming at home or a boss is yelling at us, whatever it is, we always are surrounded by circumstances that are going to challenge us to get distracted, to get emotional, and it's up to us to keep that inner stillness. Not being immune to it, of course things are going to happen. We're allowed to acknowledge them, but can we handle ourselves and the situations we're put into better and better each and every day, learning from each and every experience, knowing that nothing's good, nothing's bad, they're just learnings. So notice if you've allowed your breathing to just come back to that natural rhythm, just flowing in and out of the nose, the mouth, completely effortless. Soften the lips, the eyes. Now you can always stay here. You know that. If you're ready to come out of it, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle wrists and ankles, reaching up over the head, lengthening through the right side and the left side. Hug the knees in eventually, rocking a little back and forth, and then maybe up and down. And coming up to a comfortable seated position. As we close our practice together with gratitude, always remembering how blessed we are to have this body, to have this health, to have one another, the inspiration. Maybe remember this gratitude when things get challenging. Thanks for always tuning in, guys. Hope you have a great day. Rest well, drink lots of water. Namaste.